Good morning, it is 7:45, about to go in to my first day. It's already been a crazy morning because I had to go to the bathroom, I had to stop at Chick-fil-A, there was traffic that said I was going to be 17 minutes late, but I made it. I'll see you at the end of the day. Bye. What are you guys doing here? Have you been waiting here all day? Man, you must have been waiting here for a long time because let me tell you, it was a long day. And there's a bug crawling towards my camera. Okay, so I did finish my first day at my new job. I still haven't decided how much detail I want to give about the new job, but I will say that I am working as an occupational therapist in an early childhood intervention setting. Today was the first day, so it was really just basic training. The day did start off a little bit hectic, as you saw. Nothing too stressful, but there was a really bad accident and I thought I was going to be late because of the traffic, but because I left early, I wasn't. So word of advice, always leave early. So yeah, the day started off with really just a lot of human resources information, learning how to log in, get your password, learning how to log in your hours, using the internet system, all that sort of basic stuff. And then the afternoon was spent talking about ethics. No, I'm joking. It's not the most interesting topic unless you talk about all of the terrible things that people have done, which we did. But we basically spent 4 hours reviewing like the ethical principles, abuse, neglect, patient rights, all that stuff. And all that stuff is really, really important. As medical professionals, you need those things. They're your fundamentals. They give you that foundation of practice. And I think a lot of people take these ethical ideas and a lot of this information for granted, and so you can just easily pass over it because you think, oh yeah, everyone knows. But no, that's the thing, not everyone knows. You think it's so straightforward, but then you hear the story of the woman like hitting the patient and it's like, no, wait, don't hit the patient. Give them the, I mean, there's so many bad things that I heard today of what not to do. And again, it seems so straightforward when you hear these stories. There's an airplane. It seems so straightforward when you hear these stories that you think, yeah, why would that person ever make that decision? But I think the important thing to kind of reflect on is that when you are in that moment and there is an ethical dilemma or abuse or some type of difficult situation, you're not in your right mindset and you have to think quick and you don't have time to kind of reflect back on everything. You've got to make a quick decision, and that's where things go wrong. And I mean, sometimes it just happens. So yeah, we spent 4 hours reviewing those types of situations, and this was just for the company as a whole that I work with. Usually if you have a medical license, you will be bound by a set of ethical principles for that license. And so as an occupational therapist, we have our own. Some of the principles talk about doing no harm to the patient, but also doing good by the patient. That talks about social justice, lots of different things. So while I'm bound by those, I'm also bound by the principles and the guidelines and the laws of the state, of the company that I work for, of my license. So all these different layers of things, and you have to be so careful. And just reflecting back a little bit on ethics, because I think it's important, and I want to remember, I want to document. I think there's 2 types of ethical dilemmas, or I kind of categorize them this way. The first type is what one of my professors called ethical ickiness. It's something that kind of like occurs over time, and nothing bad is going to happen to you or the person if you don't make a decision right away. So you kind of have time to reflect on it and actually make a good choice. The other kind is that, like I talked about before, that split-second decision that you have to make in the moment, and you don't have time, you just got to decide what to do. I think if you are having a dilemma, then you need to talk to someone right away. Don't just keep it to yourself, because usually only more bad will come from it. So if you are having that ethical ickiness, I mean, listen, if you have that feeling at all, that feeling of like, oh, I don't know, it's probably an issue. So you do need to tell someone, and then it's usually better to make a decision with someone else and not alone. That's my opinion. But yeah, that is how I spent my first day. I'm outside right now. I'm about to work out, and it is so hot, so I apologize if they're falling on me. I apologize if I'm like perspirating a lot, but it's Texas and it's like 100 degrees outside right now, so. But it is beautiful. I mean, look at this. Oh, look at that sunlight. So yeah, I know this was kind of a weirder video, and if you're not a medical professional, probably didn't really mean anything to you. But I think, obviously I've been a therapist for over a year and a half, and even in that short amount of time, you get caught up in the everyday grind and you don't really think about all those things. You don't think about the ethics, all the laws and everything. You just go about every day until something pops up, and that's how weird things happen. And that's how, even just simple things like buying, selling cookies, or like taking a gift card from someone. It's like the simplest things, but they can get you into so much trouble. And then there's the major ones, like obviously don't have sex with the patient. It seems pretty clear, but people continue to do it. So yeah, it's about 7:15 right now. I'm gonna go on a short run and then do a little bit of weights, and then we can do it all again tomorrow. Thanks for coming along with me on this journey, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.